people gravitate towards abstract art or they gravitate towards representational art. And there isn't necessarily a lot of crossover.
I know that I've never been impacted by art the way I was impacted by this art. And I found that really fascinating. And it allowed me to continue to want to be curious and to explore what that meant for me.
In the boundless realm of art, where personal expression can be practiced virtually without restraint, there still exist boundaries rarely crossed. Visionary artist Doug Kacena plans to tear down one of the creative landscape's most stubborn remaining walls and open a channel between studios too long peacefully but persistently opposed. To this end, abstract expressionist Kacena will be painting over completed works by 12 of Colorado's most talented realist painters and allowing them to do the same.
It's a big deal to paint over someone else's work.
It takes your breath away. Those first marks on that painting, there's that sense of, what am I doing? You know, is this okay? Is this right?
I think what Doug is doing is opening the conversation about how there's crossover, and you can bring this side of the camp into the fold, and you can bring that side together, and you can see how they can harmoniously exist.
Whoa! God, I freaking love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
In my honest opinion, wrecked is an apt description. I view most contemporary artists as no more than artists. Just my opinion. I'd prefer to enjoy the works of Ron Hicks, Kwang Ho, Jill Sukup, and Terry Lombardi rather than Mr. Kacena's tortured recreations. And I'm able to, as I have the works of the aforementioned wonderful artists hanging on my walls. Doug Kacena would not make it into my collection.
I think the visceral response, both from a wow, that's super cool, and oh my God, how dare you, that right there, I think he's onto something.
Where the divide is, and that's what I want people to start looking at, I think, in this, is where do they fall? Because I really truly believe that what any individual artist creates is only part of what that is. That dialogue. Art truly exists in that gray area when somebody is approaching our work and viewing it and bringing their life story to it.
The fact that while the execution is about art, it really is about idea, and it's about taking these two different camps that really have no tolerance for each other and allowing for a moment of contemplation of seeing the other side.
So it got me thinking about, how do we work with others? How do we partner? How do we create together and create things that neither one of us could do on our own?
And I hope that people take away this sense that these two worlds are merging, and that it's creating like a whole new vision.
Artists bring a great context for looking at ideas or looking at what is happening in the world today, and their voice is really important. And I think that brings us back to crossover. This is an important context that goes beyond landscape painter painting on an abstract and vice versa. It is something that's bigger and more about what's happening today in the political and economic landscape.